Hi guys, happy Friday night. As most of you know, I have been battling a little bug for about a week. They've given me more medication, changed up my medication. I'm feeling much more like a human being, but I am still battling a lot of intermittent coughing. So we'll see how it goes. Sometimes talking triggers it, sometimes it doesn't. So if I end up in a bunch of coughing fits, we might be looking at cards in relative silence. You're also probably going to hear me popping cough drops quite a bit. But hopefully we're going to get through it without too much trouble tonight. So let's take a quick look here. It's actually going to be easy tonight. We're just breaking the one product, which is super rare. You know, we normally break lots of stuff in a night, but tonight it's just the one item. And that's the back half of the case of 2018 Topps Series 1 Jumbo Baseball. We broke the first half of that on Wednesday night. The first half of it is shipping out tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Got prepared tonight, will be picked up tomorrow. And what we are breaking tonight, I anticipate will ship on Tuesday, as you see here. It's possible that could go a day earlier. It's always possible that it could fall a day later, but I don't think it's likely it would fall a day later. So I feel like Tuesday is probably a pretty solid bet there. Here's a quick look at some things coming up in the days ahead. You'll see that Sunday is an off day so that Super Bowl, the national holiday, can be celebrated. And otherwise, the rest of the time we'll be breaking as normal. So there's a quick little glance at what's coming up in the days ahead. There'll be another case of Series 1 that will start on Tuesday night. And probably some other baseball coming up next week too. I've just got to firm up exactly what I've got coming in and what I've got here. But anyway, that's going to bring us to tonight, which is our 3 boxes of 2018 Topps Series 1 Jumbo Baseball. Break number 2, once again, the back half of the case we started the other day. Our eBay end date is tonight, February the 2nd. Our live stream schedule also tonight, February the 2nd, starting earlier than normal for a Friday night at 9:45 Eastern. And only one team did not sell. That's the Arizona Diamondbacks. You see that designated as no bids buyback. Everything else you're going to find your name in lights, your user ID, right across from the team that you have the rights to in this particular break. If you haven't taken care of payment yet, please do so. I know the time frame was really short tonight, so I did not hold anybody to that 15-minute before the break window because, hey, we just barely had the auctions end at 15 minutes before the end of the window. So, yeah, sometimes I goof up and do stupid stuff like that. I think I had meant to change the start time of the auction, and somehow I guess I listed it without changing. Listed it later than I meant to without changing the start time of the auction to match that. And hence, we ended up with not a lot of gap time in there. So, for my first time ever in Topps Series 1 or 2 or Update, the first box we opened in the first break had no autograph in it. Had both the relics, but no autograph. I went back through the cards again during the live stream. I mean, I felt like, gosh, I would have seen it during the live stream, but for the sake of argument, in case it had been stuck behind something or whatever, we looked through them all again right after we had looked through them the first time. And by golly, they just shorted us. First time I've ever had that happen with Topps. Happens with Panini, but hadn't ever with Topps before. But that was the only box we had a problem with. Hopefully, we're not going to have any problems tonight. I do need to change the focus. I just now noticed I forgot to do that. The background's going to go out of focus when I take autofocus off because I manually set it. As you see, I like to hold the cards up fairly close to the camera. So if you don't change that setting, it can make life a little difficult. Hi, Phil's 5 Aces. I know the Diamondbacks were so lonely, weren't they? No one bought them last night or tonight. Diamondbacks seems like are the most frequently unsold team in Topps breaks. I probably have like the largest collection of Arizona Diamondbacks east of the Mississippi, just as a result of unsold teams. Or sometimes unpaid, but usually unsold. So guys, you know how it works here with our jumbo packs. Tons and tons of base. Then we start seeing some inserts as we get towards the middle. And then we get into the good stuff once we get into the middle. So, you know, it's still inserts, but some of them will be short prints and things. So we're starting out here with a Dansby Swanson. When you see the pink ribbon, that's going to be Mother's Day. When you see the blue ribbon, that's going to be Father's Day. So that's a Dansby Mother's Day. There'll be lots of various award winners. This one is Cy Young. Hollow foils, we'll find a fair amount of those as well. This one is for the Marlins, Christian Yelich, who, of course, has subsequently been traded away. But in the beginning, when they printed these, he was still a Marlin. Conforto for the Mets. There's a little short print for us right off the bat. Interestingly enough, did not find a short print in not really that many in the first half of the case break, and none of the SSPs. Found one, I don't know, it was maybe 3 or 4 short prints and no SSPs. These are our 35th anniversary cards. That's what they look like this year. So we're going to find a lot of them too. And, Phil, you want the Diamondbacks for $4.99? Sure, man. You've already got a package coming, right? That wouldn't require any additional shipping. I mean, it'll cost me extra to ship it, but it wouldn't cost me. In other words, if you didn't have anything else coming and you were just buying it for $4.99, it would cost me almost the $4.99 to ship them to you. But if you already have something coming and I'm only adding weight, it's not too bad, as long as it doesn't make it heavy enough that it would have to go to priority mail, and then that would not be good. So yeah, that's fine, man. We'll work it out later. I'll email. What's the word I'm trying to say? I'll send you a PayPal money request for it after the break. So I was looking to see. I thought this Walker Buehler might have been numbered, but it's the color of the seating behind it. You know, our cards that are numbered to 2018 this year have that similar sort of color in the background. So for a second, that caught my eye, and I thought he might be. And you know how that goes every year. You know, last year those cards were numbered to 2017. This year they're numbered to 2018. So we're going to find a fair amount of those. Apparently our SSPs are going to be less than 1 in every 5 jumbo cases. So they are going to be some tough pulls this year. Of course, you don't always have SSPs either in Series 1 or 2 or Update, but we do this time. And then outside of that, of course, we're going to find 2 relics, 1 manufactured, 1 traditional relic, and then hopefully 1 autograph hit per box. They don't screw us over on anything. And a little Christian Aurora. That's actually who I meant to put in the sleeve, and I put George Brett in there. It's all right. We're just going to leave George Brett in there. He can stay in there. And then Superstar Sensations Noah Syndergaard. We'll find a lot of those Superstar Sensations. Nice little Moncada. Ah, good. We can rest easy. Here's our autograph. We know we haven't been shorted here. So we're first out for the Brewers. That one is on card, so that is nice. So the Brewers get things started off. And guys, you notice that I set the cards off to, just checking that one. I stacked the cards off to the right after we've looked at them. But there are mats over there as well. That's the area that I use for sorting and for prepping for shipping and all that stuff. And so they're still nice and safe. I just don't like the cards to pile up in the work area. I prefer them to stay in shorter, smaller stacks over here out of the way of hazard and danger. Just makes me feel better. So oh, Phil, is that who you have tonight? Phil's 5 aces. You have Milwaukee? Well, if that's the case, man, you are on a roll. So you know what that means. That means we'll probably have like 4 Diamondbacks hits, you know? So out of 9 hits, probably half of them will be the D-backs if you have that kind of good luck. Because you definitely got us off with a bang. Got to start off with a bang with the first hit then. There are a couple of cards in here that have, there's this one, and then there's the one with Bryce Harper and Rizzo. And I'm just going to set them aside. Basically, what it was last time, there was enough for each team to receive an equal amount. So if that's the case again tonight, then great. I'll just split them up. So the Royals would get half, the Twins would get half. On the other card, the Cubs would get half, and the Nats would get half. If we find that there's an uneven amount, then we will figure out, oh, look at that, how to divvy up any additional at that point in time. Kyle Schwarber for the Cubbies is our relic hit. Our Major League Material card, as Topps is calling them this year. So 2 of our 3 hits right there off the bat out of the first 2 packs kind of makes the rest of it a little less, with a little less anticipation, doesn't it? I mean, of course, we still have the short prints to look for, but usually out of 10 packs, you kind of figure at least one of the hits ends up being towards the end, but boy, I'm checking them all out right away. Oh, hey, Brian, do you have the Cubbies tonight? Is that Schwarber yours, man? And guys, you know I kind of tend to go through these base-heavy sets at a pretty good little clip. If some of you want to look at something a second time, or you have a question about it, you want me to go slower, I'm moving through it at too good of a clip for you, just shoot it up there in chat. I'm always happy to adjust the timing of things to meet the needs of the people watching. This is numbered to 2018. This is what I was talking about with that kind of, I don't even know what color to call that, kind of a greenish, goldish, camouflagey type color. That was a terrible description, but any you see with that color, in other words, are going to be numbered to 2018. That's the point of the matter. Little Jose Reyes hollow foil. Will Myers on our anniversary, 35th anniversary. Oh, Brian, that was yours. All right, man. Awesome. So Phil's 5 aces and Brian Hayes are both off to a good start tonight. And if somebody's watching this and you cannot see the chat and it sounds like I'm just kind of talking to like my invisible friends, if you sign into YouTube, you should be able to see and participate in the chat. Boy, I think our other relic is in here. So, man, I'm going to leave us with a lot of packs to go through with no main hits in it, but maybe we'll find some cool short prints or other things. I'm sure we will. There's always something fun to find with Topps. Pretty much always. Didi Gregorius. So our manufactured relic for the Texas Rangers. Our spring training logo patch card. That is a mouthful. At least it's a mouthful when you also have cough drops stuck in your, between your cheek and gum. Have it in there. I have cough drops in like it's chewing tobacco so I can still talk, but they're just dissolving in between my cheek and my gum. So I'm hoping that's going to keep me from going into the massive coughing fits that I have been prone to in the last couple of days. I tell you what, whatever has gotten a hold of me has been just vicious. I was not this sick when I had the flu. That is just terrible. Some kind of weird little winter surprise bug from something. But that's why they have doctors who give you drugs, right? Uh-oh, we got somebody stuck in behind there. Oh, it was Chris Sale trying to hide from us. But no, we caught him. Well, Andrew Stevenson, we pulled his auto out of the first half of this case. Adam Jones hollow foil. A little Trey Turner anniversary. A Severino Mother's Day. And yeah, all right. And then we're back to the base. It's all about that bass. If I could sing, I'd sing that song for you. All about that bass. You know the song I'm talking about? I'm sure you do. Because that's what this set is all about. Short prints and building a set. And, of course, early rookie cards. Which I think is probably shaping up to be a pretty good little rookie class again, I believe. And some kind of a... There's not very many advertisements in this one, thankfully, but this is one of them for the Topps Now cards. I think we only had maybe 5 or 6 advertising cards in total out of the other 3 boxes, which is kind of unusual. You know, they usually try to overrun you with whatever they're advertising, but not so much this year. Not anyway. Not at this point in the season anyway. Oy. And again, I'm just keeping all of those dual team cards. I'm just going to stack them right over there so that I can divvy them up at the end and see if we need to do any tweaking to anything. Gohara rookie, Silver Slugger, Corey Seager. This little Ryan Braun is going to be numbered to less than 2018. How about to 67? And that is 30 of 67 with your Ryan Braun. So Milwaukee Brewers booming it tonight, aren't you? Dansby 35th anniversary. It's interesting about Ryan Braun, though. I didn't think he was, not to knock your Brewers, I like the Brewers fine, but I didn't think that Ryan Braun was maybe quite as productive this past year as I thought he was going to be. So I don't know, I kind of wondered if they would trade him or do something with him, but I guess not. I don't know how many of you send cards off to get graded, but I had an interesting conversation with someone today and learned that I knew Beckett was behind, and I knew they were pretty significantly behind, as in like 3-4 months on stuff that, you know, they had said would be turned around in 2 weeks and stuff like that. Guys, they are apparently, there's a Rhys Hoskins base rookie. They apparently are almost a year behind Anthony Rizzo Father's Day for the Cubbies. Superstar Sensations Anthony Rizzo for the Cubbies. A little Jose Canseco on the parallel for the A's. Ooh. Devers black border on the parallel. Numbered to 299. You know, that makes me all happy because I like Devers. So I like that for the Red Sox, your little black border to 299. I know you'd like it to be numbered less. I can't blame you for that, but I like that you hit it. So, and I like the way the black borders look. So, anyway, yeah, they are super, super far behind. This is the other card I'm talking about that we'll match up and see how many we end up with. And apparently, they are still working on stuff that was due, not sent in January of 27, but was due to be sent back out in January of 2017. Some of that apparently still has not gone out 1 year later. How can you be Beckett Grading Services charging that kind of money, still taking in submissions at the extraordinary level you must be at which you are accepting them, and do that in any kind of good conscience and have people's cards for a year? That is just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Nice little Austin Hayes base rookie. So, I guess as a result of the fact that, everybody's known they're behind, so I think people have been gradually sort of, nice Barry Larkin, shifting over to PSA DNA. And now I think there's been like a big, quick, massive shift because this is becoming so outrageous. So now my fear is that PSA is going to get as backed up and horrible as Beckett was. Although, the info that I was given is that, some other kind of advertising thing, is that PSA is now up to, I want to say they said 20,000 submissions a week. But doesn't that sound insane? I think that's what they said, 20,000, not a month, but a week. And apparently they were smart enough to move into a new building towards the end of last year, and they've hired 100 and some odd additional people. So they are at least recognizing that they have to do something differently to stay ahead or get caught up or whatever. Beckett's probably getting 30,000 a week with 2 graders. I mean, I don't know what those people are doing, that they would be a whole year behind. I mean, that's, I'd be so mad if my stuff were there. Especially stuff that the value changes on quickly. Can you even imagine? But so PSA is no longer guaranteeing their dates for anything except the Super Express service, which is like $250 card, I think, to grade. Cool little Christian Roro for the Giants. Of course, he's gone too, but he was a Giant then, so yeah, nobody's going to be getting anything graded quickly right now. It's the moral of that story. Lindor to 2018. Robinson Cano Superstar Sensations. Severino Hollow Foil. Which I have to say really kind of is unfortunate because I have a bunch of stuff I've been dragging my feet on sending in, and maybe that's a good thing in retrospect because it would probably just be sitting somewhere hung up and then I'd be super sad. So at least I still have it in my possession and I can choose to sell it just raw if I want. But I don't know, have any of you had any experience with either one of them lately, with either Beckett or PSA? Good or bad? Any kind of feedback on how long your stuff is taking? See how accurate the info is that I was given today? Tell you the truth, I really think that if they're that far behind, I think they should stop accepting submissions. I mean, I know that costs them money, but until they get caught up or some semblance of caught up, I think they should just say, we're not taking anything else right now. Just hold your cards. Because that's just awful. I think it costs you more money in the long run for them to take somebody's money now and then not send them anything for a year, as opposed to saying, we're not taking any new submissions for the next 2 months while we get ourselves, dug out of the hole. But I'm sure they don't agree or they would have done that. So they did not ask my opinion, shockingly. That's sarcasm. Of course they didn't ask my opinion. They don't care. But anyway, that's my rant for the night. Matt Kemp, this one is again to 2018. That one for the Braves. And behind that, well, can I get that? Well, what is going on? Be helpful if I could actually get the sleeve open to put the card in it, wouldn't it? Behind that, we have a fielding award coming up for the Angels with Simmons. Angels are going to be so outrageously solid. I mean, and they picked up from my Reds, my beloved Reds, Mookie Betts hollow foil. And then, of course, we've got our little Japanese Babe Ruth Ohtani headed over there. I mean, the Angels are just going to be, oh boy. Of course, Mike Trout's needed some help, but I think they're really going to kind of be remaking things over there pretty quickly these days. They're not messing around. This might be, no, I guess not. The way the other card had stuck to it a little bit, I thought for a second it might be flip stock or old stock, but I felt it again and it really wasn't. I like the look of Series 1 this year. I think I like it better than the way Series, than any of last year's. Of course, they all look similar, 1, 2, and update, but I just said 1 because that's the one that's in my hand. But I think they did a nice job with the design. Hey, there's my man Joey Votto. Little Clayton Kershaw. Hollow foil Morales for the Blue Jays. Tell you the truth, I'm just happy to have new baseball to break. After I ran out of 2017 Bowman's Best, and I wanted to buy some more. Wanted to buy some more, but the price had shot up outrageously, so I couldn't. Well, not at a reasonable price anyway. And then I've been like so lonely with no new baseball to open. Not lonely, because we do this every night with other sports as well, but lonely for my baseball cards, I mean. Not to worry, that is in the elbow. That is not into the hand. I know better. I guess that would mean it's time for another cough drop. The last one just dissolved. Hold a moment, please, while I locate the next one. All right, now I got a big handful of them. We'll try it again with a nice new fresh cough drop. If you haven't seen this yet, you should look this up. I'm thinking of it because I'm, hacking up a lung here. There was a viral video going around today of a nurse that got off a shift. I don't remember where, somewhere, I think south, somewhere southern. And she sat in her car after the shift and kind of just went on a rant. This is Alex Bregman, Mother's Day for the Astros. Silver Slugger Award, Justin Upton. Jackie Bradley Jr. for the Red Sox. That's hollow foil. Well, I guess I could show you the front of that one again, too. And a little Justin Upton short print here for the Angels. So nice to see another short print make an appearance. Corey Seager on the anniversary parallel, another advertising card. So she's an ER nurse, and at the end of her shift, she goes off on this rant about people like somebody on a Little League team gets hurt, and so they bring the whole team into the ER, and of course everybody's spreading the flu, and you know, this man in there letting his babies crawl around on the floor, and she's saying you shouldn't let your babies crawl around on the floor because the place is full of the flu, and people just not listening and whatnot. Anyway, she goes off on this big rant. It's quite funny, and one of the things she does is a demonstration about the proper way to cough, which of course we all know is into your elbow, not into your hand. And anyway, it just made me think of that, and it's worth a couple minutes of your time if you find it. She's pretty funny. But apparently she's saying like 5 cases of the flu come into the ER, and by the time everybody gets cycled through, because the ER is so full and so busy, that she'll have 15 cases of the flu walking out. So just like, oh, can't even imagine. It would be bad to be a healthcare worker right now. There's a little Rhys Hoskins in one of the parallels. And the Phillies are about to have an auto hit with black border, no less. And I know, Phillies, that you were hoping it would be Rhys Hoskins, but you have Mark Leiter for the Phillies, numbered to 99. So nice little autograph parallel there for the Philadelphia Phillies. And is that back? Yeah, that's back to the normal. I'm ready for pitchers and catchers to get to work, right? I mean, I'm sure they're living it up for the last week or 10 days here before they have to report, but I like it when report is due. Get in there, get busy. It means we're about ready to start. You figure that they hate being due first. I mean, early, ahead of everybody. I would. Like, oh man, everybody else gets an extra vacation that I don't get. When another Clint Frazier rookie that went by. And basically, guys, on most of those rookie cards where there's lots of paper base of the same player, you know, I'll put a handful of them in a sleeve. I might not put every one if you've got like a zillion, but I'll put a handful of them in there usually. Or if you don't have very many, and be all of them maybe, but sometimes there's lots and lots, so. Spring training logo patch card for the Nats, numbered to 99. First in the series, no less, 1 of 99. For Mr. Bryce Harper. So, Nationals, congratulations to you on that little hit. And then I guess we are indeed back to it. Actually, I kind of prefer that there are less short prints than what we had in some of them last year. I mean, what was it? Was it Update where we had, or was it Series 2? Maybe it was both of them. Where we had pretty much a short print in every single pack. The photo variation short print. Which I thought was maybe, didn't make it seem quite as special. So I kind of prefer there to be a little more chase in them, but I know not everybody agrees with that. I thought that might be numbered, but it is not. Am I even in the middle of the... No, I'm not even to the little juicy center part yet. I don't know why I thought well, I guess because I was almost there. Oh, there's Jose Altuve with the Hank Aaron Award. And we're going to have a little numbered hit for the Reds to 76, should be Jackson Stevens. And it is number 22 of 76, to be specific. And then Gary Sanchez on our 35th anniversary parallel. Oh, you know what's coming next week? If they haven't changed the release date again? Leaf Best of Baseball. That is due Friday next week, I think. Week from today. But you know Leaf does change their dates kind of like often. So we'll say that with a grain of salt. But man, they are pricey this year. It is over $500 a box for Leaf Best of Baseball. What do we have in there? Is it 5 cards in there? Something like that. It's not very many. Of course, I'm sure most of you are familiar with Leaf Best of Baseball, so you know there are some absolute monsters that can come out of there. But that is a hefty price tag this year. Well, it just sounded like I was making a commercial, didn't it? Hefty. Wimpy. You remember that trash bag commercial? I know. Rhys Hoskins, you don't have to say it. I'm moving on. Rhys Hoskins, that was just a base rookie. Blast from the past there with the little Tom Glavine. Dallas Keuchel for the Astros, some World Series relic, yeah? Heck yeah, man. Oh, but it's not from the World Series. Okay, it is game used, and I thought it might actually be from the World Series, and then I remembered, oh yeah, okay. Topps calls him that, but really it's from some other game. But anyway, it's still really cool. So nice hit for the Astros. So I've been fairly happy with our hits tonight thus far. Especially our relics. Heck, I'm just happy we found both of our autographs after what happened with the one box last night. That stressed me out too, because I'm thinking I missed it. How could I have missed it? How did I not see it? So I'm thinking, well, surely if I didn't see it, somebody watching the break would have seen it and would have said, hey, why didn't you stop on the whatever autograph? So then I decided it must have been stuck to the back of something, and we went through them all again. And when it wasn't stuck to the back of anything, well, then I was just disappointed, because that's so unlike Topps to have something like that happen. That's a very Panini kind of move. Even they don't do it very often. I have had it happen with them, but in fact, it happened with Hoops Basketball earlier this year. 2 boxes in a row shorted us a hit. So I don't know. So when I sorted them, I thought maybe there's still some off chance it's stuck behind something. Like I really knew it wasn't, because we'd been through them twice and I would have found it by then. But I held out hope until that last card came off that pile and went into its team pile. And then I had to face the fact that Topps let us down on that one. But at least they're holding up their end in this half. Pirates, numbered to 2018 with the Ivan Nova. Oh, I should have just left them sitting down there because we have a little hollow foil coming. Yuli Gurriel for our World Series winning Houston Astros. Encarnacion for the Indians. Every once in a while, one of those pictures will look like it could possibly be something else, so I flip it over to check. Usually takes me a couple of breaks and sorts to have all of the, or most of the variations and short prints firmly fixed in my head. Sometimes it takes a minute, a hot second. Everybody's so quiet tonight. Because we started too early, right? Nobody's wound up yet. Nah, we didn't really start too early, but normally, what are we, like 10:30 normally on Friday, so a little earlier than usual, I guess. That is to 2018 for Colton Wong. I think that's because by the time I was listing for tonight, I was already sick, so I was probably like, oh, this is all I can get done. I can only get one break listed for tonight. That kind of thing. Oakland A's for Marcus Semien, hollow foil. Mr. Andrew Benintendi for the Sox on our 35th anniversary parallel. No, David Peralta is just regular, normal David Peralta, too. I feel compelled sometimes to flip those first horizontals at least once because sometimes they're numbered, not to 2018, but lower, 99, 49, whatever. And I've not quite figured out yet from the front how to tell if it's going to be numbered on the back, because a couple of them I didn't find until the sort out of the first half. So that's why I'm a little paranoid until I know for sure that I can instantly look at it and go, okay, yeah, that one's going to be numbered on the back or that one's not. I wonder if it's possible to OD on cough drops. You think so? I don't know. I feel like I've gone through a bag of them today. I don't really think you can OD on cough drops, but this is what happens, see, when you guys don't occupy my brain in chat. I go to weird places in my head, like, can you overdose on cough drops? Knowing that you can't, of course, but it's just, I don't know. It's the way my mind works. Ivan Nova to 67 for the Pirates. I like Ivan Nova. Masahiro Tanaka, Yankees. Now see, this is one that I flipped over in sort, and one of the Grandals that looks just like this was numbered. The others aren't. There's I'm sure some little subtle shading variation probably down there in that lower corner that I just didn't pick up on the one. So I need to see another one so that I can firmly implant in my mind what to look for. And then I won't have to flip them all over. These are the ones we've already looked at. So if you were in the first half of this break, those cards are going to the post office tomorrow. They are all sorted up and All I gotta do is get some labels printed and let the postman take them away. Perez 2018 for the Royals. Yu Darvish. Wong hollow foil for St. Louis. So I'm wondering, given that the postage rates have gone up this week, or was it last week? This was last week, maybe, actually. And it was a weird way that they went up. They didn't go up uniformly. Before, everything up to 4 ounces as a package cost me the same price to print. And then everything 5, 6, 7, up through 8, I think it was up through 8, cost me the same thing. And then, of course, 9, 10, 11, 12, each of those, went up incrementally. This time, it's still 1 through 4 ounces at the same price, and it didn't go up that much. But then when you get up to anything like 5, 6, and 7, it doesn't take a big next swath like 5 to 8 at the same price. No, like 6 is a price, and 7 is a price, and 8 is a price. And some of the prices went up a lot in relation. Some of them didn't go up very much, and some of them went up like 40 cents plus for first class. And then, of course, they jacked us on priority mail and flat rate and all that, too. But I hope that means, as a result, they're going to get things delivered a little faster. That's the 2018 Moustakas. Because, frankly, I have found, since they closed so many of those distribution centers, that a lot of times our things are taking longer than a couple of days for first class. Sometimes they're still a day or two, and sometimes it seems like they're taking 3 and 4, which really shouldn't be the case for first class mail. And that I really can have an informed opinion on, because I did work in a post office distribution center over a holiday one year. I wanted to pick up a little extra holiday cash, and so I said, yeah, bring it on. And I learned all kinds of cool things about the inner workings of the post office. Not the least of which is, boy, no matter how you think you've had it packed, it is not packed well enough to handle the abuse that's going to happen as it travels through that system. Woohoo! Yeah. It is a miracle anything gets where it should get in the condition that it should be in, the way some of that stuff goes. George Springer hollow foil for the Astros. Another for the Brewers on the same anniversary parallel card. I've already hit one or two of those. Well, we're making a dent in it. This is our halfway pack out of this third box. I really wouldn't mind breaking these as a full case, other than the fact of the sorting, A, would be a nightmare. And the shipping would be, oh, crazy weird. Everything would probably have to go in like priority mail flat rate boxes or something, because it would be so many pounds of cards. There's a nice little Austin Hayes parallel just in the rookie insert for the Orioles. Hey, how about a superstar sensation, Aaron Judge? I was happy to see that they gave him the #1 card, or that fans voted him in for the #1 card, which is how it should have been anyway, but that was pretty cool to see. This is number 299, and this is, I mean, I consider this to be vintage stock based on the way that it feels. They may call it something else, but I call it vintage stock. It's for the Cubbies, and to 99 as well. Molina for the Cardinals on our anniversary. A little Severino Mother's Day. Another one of the Topps Now advertising things. I haven't bought any of those yet. They don't connect with me in the same way. They don't resonate with me in the same way. I mean, I'm definitely a pack ripper. I like ripping the packs and seeing what's inside. Just kind of already knowing what you're going to get, and it's just kind of printed off for me sort of thing. I don't know. It doesn't have the same feel. I don't know. I guess it's the thrill of the chase sort of thing. It's Eric Davis for the Reds on that insert. Nelson Cruz, Superstar Sensations. Nick Williams for the Phillies. And our autograph hit is a nice one. Clint Frazier for the Yankees. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. So yeah, I think it's kind of like scratching off the lottery ticket, right? So like from the time that you open the pack until you've looked at the very last card in the pack, there's always the chance that you're going to hit it big. I mean, that's the appeal of it, right? That's the fun of it for me, anyway. Maybe not for everybody, but for me it is. Or a large part of it. So yeah, so knowing in advance this is what you're going to get is just somehow not as much fun to me. So I haven't purchased any of the Topps Now cards yet, or the ones that Panini makes for the, they call it something else obviously, but it's the same concept. I would be really sad if all of our cards went that direction. Well, that keeps wanting to slide. Roy Halladay. And there's little George Springer. Nats, Howie Kendrick hollow foil. Carlos Gonzalez, short print, Rockies. Miguel Sano, it's our anniversary. Another one of these little advertising card dealios. So it looks like we're pulling short prints at about the same ratio that we pulled them out of the first part of the case. So definitely not looking at any kind of every pack scenario or anything like that. In fact, I probably, I did not stack them separately. No, I stacked them with all of these parallels over there. So I was going to count them real quickly, but I guess I'm not. I guess I retract that. I found in a lot of packs, these are back-to-back, just like this. The league leaders, Aaron Judge, followed by the base Aaron Judge. And another Austin Hayes as well. Is that going to be... No, I don't know. Thought for a minute that might be numbered. It is not. But this is going to be Grossman for the Twins, numbered to 2018. Our Fielding Award, Paul Goldschmidt for the D-backs. Hollow foil, Salvador Perez, Royals. Braves with another Tom Glavine in the anniversary parallel. Alrighty, 2 packs left, and they should both have a relic, right? We haven't pulled a relic yet out of this box, but I don't think. So there should be a relic in each of these packs, unless we pulled a relic that I forgot about out of here. We will recap, of course, the hits. One nice little Rafael Devers and then Ozzie Albies. We've seen, of course, a few of each of those go by, but I don't know that I called them out. But they're in here in good supply. There's a little Albies in the insert, in the rookie's insert. George Springer, Superstar Sensations, Molina again for the Cardinals in the anniversary. And the Mets with Michael Conforto. Major League Materials for the Mets. Those are the ones we looked at already, so, all right. This is our last pack. Out of this half case, anyway. As I said, we'll be starting a new half case of 2018 Series 1 on Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Yes, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Tuesday. Yeah, that was an old school reference. So anybody that got that, I know you're at least around my age, the one I just made about the hamburger. Father's Day, Javier Baez. Reliever Award, Kenley Jansen. Oh, a nice little Victor Robles for the Nats. Well, in the anniversary parallel with a sleeve I cannot manage to hold open. Our All-Star Game manufactured relic is for the Nationals with Scherzer. And of course, those are metal this year, so that's a super heavyweight card. They're not the puffy little plastic like you have on the spring training logo, or like we get on the All-Star Game logos and the Hank Aaron Awards and etc. There's a nice heavy metal piece in there. All right, let me see if I'm going to just do a quick little... I should have stacked the true short prints off by themselves since there are so few of them, but I did not. I stacked them in with our other inserts over here, so I'm just going to see if I can round them up in a reasonable time frame. And if I can, we will add them into the recap. There is one. Those are not. And that's, I should have just stacked those separately. I apologize for that, guys. Normally I am smart enough to do that, and tonight, I don't know. Maybe you can overdose on cough medicine and then it makes you stack things in the wrong place. Okay, I know, but you guys are not helping me out tonight. You're not chatting back. Everyone's so quiet. All right, well, there may be another one in here. Let me look real quickly. I've got the 3, but for some reason I thought we had, well, maybe that is all the other was numbered, so maybe that is the only other short print we had. It's the other one I'm thinking of was maybe numbered and not a technical short print. All right, so these are, well, let's do this first. 2 of these, so one goes to the Cubs and one goes to the Nationals. Easy. That one's done. Of these, 4. Yay, making my life easy tonight. 2 will go to the Twins and 2 will go to the Royals. So I don't think anybody's going to object to that. And then we don't have to use random. They're nice and evenly split. And if I happen to find any more in there that I did not set aside for some reason, didn't catch it when it went through, I'll do the same and they would be split evenly. Short print for the Mets with the Conforto. Short print for the Angels with Justin Upton. And short for the Rockies with Jose Gonzalez. So those are the 3 short prints. If there was another one, it is still here, obviously, and would just be in this stack of inserts that I set off to the side separately. I just simply failed to put the short prints by themselves so that I would not have to sort through all the inserts. So that was on me. Manufactured Relic All-Star Game, Scherzer for the Nats. Conforto for the Mets. Our Major League Material Relic. Nice little autograph hit for the Yankees. Clint Frazier on card in the anniversary parallel. Keuchel, game used relic for the World Series winning Astros. And that is number 32 of 100, which I don't know if I called out the number on that the first time. Might not have. Bryce Harper and our manufactured relic for 2018 spring training. This is number 1 of 99 for the Nats. Phillies with the nice little on-card auto black border Mike Leader numbered to 99. Spring training manufactured relic hit for the Texans with the Beltre. Nice little Kyle Schwarber Major League Material card relic for the Cubbies. And then we kicked it off with the Brewers and the Eric Tims. And yeah, that's it. That's it for tonight. That's also a non-card, of course. So that is all of them for tonight, guys. Once again, in case someone has rolled up in the end and maybe just done the recap, which I know definitely happens because I do it myself when I'm breaking with people. There's the information on the anticipated shipping date, which again I have projected to be Tuesday. That is because I am still slightly slower paced than normal, battling the tail end of this illness. I'm just not quite at full speed. So I'm estimating Tuesday. That is always plus or minus a day. So if I can get it out to you faster, I absolutely will. But that is what I'm expecting. And here's another quick look at the things that are already scheduled on eBay for the days ahead. Of course, more coming. And as I said, I am expecting Leaf Best of Baseball to show up on Friday unless Leaf changes the date on us again. So that's what we would be looking at there. And then that wraps it up. So as always, I thank you so much for bidding with me and breaking with me. And even though you guys weren't super chatty tonight, you did keep me company and chat somewhat. So I always thank you for that too. Makes the night go a little smoother for me. So I appreciate you guys. Have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye-bye.